Today we will be talking about spheres. So spheres are what we would call maybe a three-dimensional circle, a ball, and we are going to learn how to find the volume. So in other words, what can fit on the inside of it, or the surface area, what the area is all around it. So first of all, we need to know what the radius of a sphere is. So if we took this sphere and we just kind of cracked it open here and we looked at, a hemisphere, half of a sphere, the center of the sphere kind of hovers in here. You can see how my fingers is hovering. And it is the distance between the center of the sphere to any edge. And that is the radius. So that is the same as like a radius of a circle. So there are two formulas, and rather than trying to show you why it works, we are just going to trust that it works. So the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed, or r to the third power. It seems complicated. It's a formula, and it works. Whereas the surface area is 4 pi r squared. Now that looks kind of familiar, or part of it. This pi r squared, that's the area of a circle. So if we multiply it by 4, we get the surface area of this sphere. Let's just do one example. So say we have a sphere. I'm going to draw one up here. Not too good at drawing a sphere. Okay. So there is a sphere, and I'm going to put a dot in the center of the sphere. So say, for right now, our radius is 6. So radius equals 6. And I am going to try to find both the area, or the surface area, and the volume. So let's do the volume first. Volume equals 4/3 times pi. We're going to use 3.14 times the radius cubed. So if my radius is 6, 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. So now if I multiply all of this together, so I have 216 times 3.14, now I'm going to multiply it by 4/3. So I multiply it by 4, divide by 3. So my volume is 904.32, and this is in cubic units. Whenever we're talking about volume, we are in cubic units. And then you just have to read your problem. Does it say round to the nearest tenth, the hundredth, or whatever? I'm just keeping it what is showed on my calculator. Now, if I wanted to find the surface area, so the area around the entire sphere, I'm going to use this formula. So surface area is 4 times pi, which is 3.14, times the radius squared. So the radius is 6. 6 squared is 36. So now I'm going to multiply all that together. 4 times 3.14 times 36 is 452.16 units squared. So remember, when we're talking about area, we use square units. When we talk about volume, we talk about cubic units. That is the volume and surface area of a sphere.